Hey everybody, it's Scott here in Kingston, Ontario. It's February the 18th, Friday, Family Day long weekend, which is a holiday they created here in Ontario and a couple other provinces in February because I guess they felt bad that we didn't have enough breaks in the wintertime, so we have this long weekend coming up. Thought I'd do a little video journal of where we're at right now. Of 2011. It's about 52 Fahrenheit or around 10 Celsius if that converts right. So definitely mild, and mild the past couple of days, and I think in most spots we had about probably 2.5 feet of snow, and as you can see now, it's melting today, so I can't see, I want to see it go as fast as possible. So here's the rhodos in the front and the euonymus tree, and most of the rhodos until a couple days ago were covered by snow, so I think that's helped them, and they look pretty nice and green. And you can see all the rabbit crap everywhere. Freaking rabbits are eating my BLEs, which I wasn't really impressed about. I'll take you around, show you what's going on the side of the house. So we got the magnolia here, which go up on the stairs. It looks kind of as I expected it to, you know, it's not as green. Leaves are very brownish, orangish. Some are still pretty green. The buds feel squishy and movable, like they did last year on my other magnolia, so I'm sure it's going to pull through, but it's probably going to look like utter crap come around April, and it'll look like that until about June when they start putting out its new leaves, so that's the only unfortunate thing. The rhodos are starting to come out from the side here, that looks fine too, and this is the Acuba that I planted last summer from Bill in Massachusetts, and as you can see, it's looking alright. Some beat up parts of the rabbit chewed at the top, so it's lost a little bit of its top, but the buds look okay, and as long as the rabbit stays away from it, it should be okay. And it bounced back. You can tell birds that were covered by the snow. Windmill palm I covered about, I guess it's 3 weeks ago now, and you know, it looks fine too, just with the Christmas tree lights around it, but it looks good. So that's what's going on in the front here. We'll go around the back. So the unfortunate part about this time of the year, I love it, when we have days like this, it's always followed up by crappy weather. So unfortunately tonight we're supposed to have flurries and get a couple of centimeters of snow, or you know, maybe a quarter, half an inch, and then they're calling for the next 5 days or so to be kind of cool again, so temperatures in the minus 6, 7, 5, 4 Celsius range, so around the 20s Fahrenheit. So it sucks, that part of it, but then after that they're calling for temperatures to become mild again, so it's this roller coaster of fun right now, which I hate, but I love it that the sun's getting higher in the sky and everything just has a different look to it now, which you gotta love this time of the year for that. So I've had the palm hut open since yesterday and just let it kind of air out, and you know, everything looks fine in here. All my seedlings look fine. You can see the ground's wet in there. I'm sure that the snow is melting around the outside and it's spreading inside, but things look well in here. I noticed a definite increase in my electric bill of about $30 from running this heater in here, and then probably the combination of the Christmas tree lights and the other enclosures, but you know, it's worth it because it looks pretty sweet in the summer and the spring when you get to unwrap these babies. Everything's looking good there. I'll probably have to close that up this evening because, as I said, it's going to go down to the freezing mark tonight, and then we're supposed to get a little bit of snow, so I'll close this up later. So even the ground's thawing a little bit. It's kind of squishy. There's rabbit crap everywhere since the rabbits decided to make his home back here. So even since this morning when I was out here, I'm definitely noticing a change in things. So here's the heather that's actually in bloom, which is nuts. Here's just the regular holly that the rabbit got at a little bit. Here's the viburnum, which is a test thing for me this year, and it looks alright as it's emerging from the snow, but we'll see what happens with that. Here's my little gem. Looks It looks alright, you know, it looks kind of like the one in the front. It's got some damage on it, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's just going to look like crap in the spring. Got a yucca under here, filamentosa, which I'm sure is fine because they're very hardy for this climate. Here's the Buford hollies, which I don't know how I'm gonna get in here, or am I gonna get in here? Which these things look completely mint, like not even a scratch on them, as far as I can tell. I think these things are definitely underrated. They're supposed to be like a zone 7, maybe a 6B7 plant, but I mean they look great, and we typically have, you know, anywhere from a zone 5A to a 7A, more like 6B winters. Typically we don't get many 6Bs, but more around the 5B 6A range. And this winter we had zone 5A. We had 2 nights of minus 27 Celsius, around minus 17 Fahrenheit. So you're seeing things here that have taken that temperature, which is fairly unbelievable. Here's the brackens that came over winter last year. Now this one, I'm telling you, the leaves are very, very green. So this, you know, once they're in the ground for a year and you keep that blazing sun off them this time of the year, they do so much better. So I'm probably going to uncover this in another 2 weeks, just because I don't want it to fry either this time of the year. And it's noticeably warmer inside. But I've peeled back some of the plastic here so it can breathe. Here's the Yucca elata, which I think is okay. It doesn't look that great right now. This thing had zero protection, nothing around it, and it looks fine. Here's the little Edith Bogue, which I'm not truly loving what I did here. It looks very much like the one in the front. I'm sure it'll lose all its leaves. The buds feel okay, I think, but not really too sure about this one. Well, time will tell with that. And here's the washi in here, and I have no idea what it looks like. I haven't cheated and looked, and I'm gonna actually have to fix this later, staple this back on. Here's the bamboo, which is kind of fried to crap. There's other bamboo though, canes that are underneath, so I'm sure they're okay. And there's a little bit of bamboo poking out over here, which looks fine because it was all covered up with the snow. Here's the other magnolia with Edith Bogue that just sat out here all winter with nothing. Leaves are pretty reddish looking. Again, like time will tell. I think the buds feel okay, so I bet it'll regrow, but we'll see what happens. And bananas under there, which I have no clue. Oleander under that garbage bag, and then a trachea under this one. And I don't know if I want to mess around with it. Part of me wants to look under there, but I think I'll probably just leave it for now because I don't want to mess around with it, and then try to put it back on since the ground's pretty frozen. So that's pretty much what's going on here today. Thanks for having a look.